Well, for Arsenal, a bad beginning is trying to make a good ending for Arsenal. You know why? Arsenal started the January transfer window in tears after losing out on Mikhailo Modric, a player that they've been scouting and chasing since the summer, and Chelsea hijacked the deal and really took him over. But looks like that was a blessing in disguise. Arsenal so far signed two players, that is Jakub Kjaer and the other player known as Trossard from Brighton, and they've got them on the cheap. They've so far spent close to 50 million euros onto that amount of money on those two players, meaning that they're still having a balance of close to 50 million euros on the money they're supposed to spend. Now, looks like Mikel Arteta has really known that it is working out like a charm for him for signing Trossard after his contribution in the last goal that really won him the game at the Emirates against Manchester United. And he has gone ahead to go in for more Premier League players, and obviously Arsenal are interested in signing Onana. It's coming in from credible sources, and obviously we are here to discuss about it. And secondly, we are discussing Cedric Soares leaving Arsenal. Confirmed the player is crossing to Fulham on loan, 6 months loan, I think, with an option to buy. And obviously, that means Fresneda is one of those deals that Arsenal might really get done and dusted as soon as possible. Fabrizio Romano having thoughts about the Fresneda deal, and so on and so forth. Then, there is a story that I believe it was really great for us to talk about it. It is Ivan Sambi Lokonga. Arsenal have rejected a bid or an approach from Monaco to get this player on loan, and Arsenal have said, no, we really want Albert Sambi Lokonga. I don't know how Albert Sambi Lokonga is going to feel about this, because he really wants out, and his agent was really complaining that his players aren't getting enough playing time. He should be loaned to teams that are really willing to go ahead and really play him. So, Rokani David is my name. Smash the like button, comment, and share. Continue to subscribe, because you're left with like 30 subscribers to hit 11,000 subscribers. So continue to do this, because the more you do it, the more we are really going to go big and better. So guys, let's start off with this story that I never gave attention, though it's coming in from my home country, that is Uganda. Remember, after Arsenal beating United on the after Arsenal beating United on, it was 22nd, right? Yeah, 22nd of January 2023. Arsenal fans in Uganda went ahead, especially in Jinja, went ahead to really make jubilations. So their convoy was such huge, they are lifting the trophy, and they are really intercepted by police, because they never got orders from the police to go ahead and really do what they are doing. You know, in Uganda, there is what we call a law. What's the name of that law? When you're going to meet close to 4, 5, and 10 people, you have to go and really inform the police. So they are really arrested, and after them being arrested, this story hit the media, it hit the international scene. BBC was in there for you, and today I'm glad to tell you that Arsenal fans who were arrested in Uganda have been released with no charges, but have told the police, see you on 28th of May when the Premier League really ends, just to it that they really do the needful and really lift the trophy for Arsenal. So this is what is coming in from the police. They've been released, the Arsenal fans that were really arrested, and let me show you how they really looked like after they were released. And this is the photo for you. So those are the Arsenal fans that were arrested in Jinja. They are 5 in number. They are arrested, and now they've been released by police. No charges have been put onto them, meaning that maybe the police never really did the job they're supposed to do, and maybe they just want to go ahead and really show that, oh, we are working. And you know, the problem in Kampala, there is an opposition party known as NOP, and it really puts on red. So I think when they saw these people put on red, obviously trying to go ahead and really make that common meeting on the road, trying to really jubilate the win of Arsenal over Manchester United, they really felt like, oh, maybe it's not. But obviously they're out, and maybe they'll celebrate on May when the Premier League is done and dusted. So that is it. I felt like I shouldn't go on to proceed onto the Onana story without bringing you this story that is coming in from the 256 land, or the Pearl of Africa known as Uganda. This story was broken by, I'm talking about the Onana. By the way, if I don't know Onana is a 21-year-old Belgium international player playing for Everton. He's strong, good on the ball. He's a rock. You get? He can play in every position in the midfield, and he has progressed a lot as a box-to-box midfielder under Frank Lampard. But after the sacking of Frank Lampard, obviously, he looks like he doesn't want to be at this club anymore, because he felt like this is the right manager to really build his career, and that's why he came to Everton, because Frank Lampard convinced him to come, and Frank Lampard has been using him to really play as a box-to-box midfielder, obviously very many times, and sometimes as a CDM. But obviously after Everton going on a run of bad results, Frank Lampard was sacked, I think, 2 days back. Now Onana is really not happy and he wants out. Now, Grammy Bailey was the first one to break this story, I think, yesterday. He told us that Arsenal have approached Everton for Amadou Onana. The Merseyside club have asked for £50 million. Now, I would like to go on and really throw some air. People thought that it's Onana, the goalkeeper, who is at Inter Milan. No. These two players have the same names, but obviously they play in different positions. I'm talking about Onana, who is a midfielder, because Arsenal is on search of a midfielder. Do you know why? Elneny is back onto the bed. That's it. He's sick. He got an injury, meaning that Arsenal is left with only Sambi Lokonga. So, as things stand for Arsenal, they want to bring in a midfielder as up. And they've approached Everton to go for a player known as Onana, and Everton have told them, we want £50 million for this player. Remember, they bought him like, is it £25 million? Now they want to make a profit of ×2. And what can really get this deal done and dusted is simple. Everton are really into a financial crisis, because the owner has the money, but according to the financial fair play rule, looks like it's hindering him from really spending that money. So they have to make sales to really get in players, and this should be done as soon as possible, as they are searching for a new manager. Bielsa, Hansfeld, which other manager? They are like 3 managers they're really eyeing at, and they are really searching in for another manager. They should also sell players to see if they will provide the money of the players he wants. After that, we have a reporter known as Ben Grounds. He's a digital football journalist for Sky Sports, that told us that Amadou Onana has not reported for training today at Everton, even though Leighton Baines and Paul Teit are taking the session. So it looks like the sacking of Frank Lampard never really went down to the senses of Onana. And Onana believes that it's a high time for him he left. And obviously, you just have to get to know that he has been having information from his agent that Arsenal is interested in you. And when Frank Lampard was really sacked, I think he's really going to use this as an scapegoat to see to it that he really finds himself out of Everton, because he believes that if Arsenal comes in through at this particular time, you can't say no. And it's not only Arsenal, even Chelsea is really onto this, and they're chasing in for Onana. But remember, Leighton Baines, he was a left back for Everton. He's now like taking over Everton, and maybe he'll be part of the Arsenal game that they're going to play against Everton, I think, at the Emirates. That's the next Premier League game Arsenal is going to play. I think after this weekend from the FA Cup, Arsenal is going to play Everton. So we don't know whether by the time Onana will be an Arsenal player or not, because the transfer window would have closed. Remember, it's closing next week on the 31st. Not so? Today is 25th. Not so? So today is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So on Tuesday next week, it's really going to end and get closed. So that is it. Onana looks like he's on strike. He doesn't want to miss out on a move either to Arsenal or Chelsea. And the other reporter coming in from The Guardian, known as Jacob Steinberg, is also confirming this story, and he has just tweeted this like 10-15 minutes ago, that there is Arsenal interest in Amadou Onana and the possibility of a move for Juventus Weston McCain. So Jacob Steinberg is a reporter for The Guardian, and he's obviously one of the famous journalists that you'll never underestimate with their information. So what does that mean? It really means that Arsenal lacks the player. Now, one will ask, where will Onana play in that Arsenal midfield? To me, I believe at the age of 21, that will be a very good signing for Arsenal. When you look at his size, he doesn't look his age. He's a giant of a lad. He's a towering of a lad. He's talented, His physical attributes are really great. For me, I support Manchester United. I remember when you're playing Everton in the was it in the FA Cup. You know, Casemiro is really one of the physical players, but he couldn't win a physical battle over Onana. And one time they went shoulder to shoulder, and Casemiro lost the battle to Onana. So Onana is really a very good player. Trust me, however much Granit Xhaka is performing very well, Onana can put him on the bench. That's it. One, he's 21 years of age. He has the energy. His intensity is out of this world. He's tenacious. He's good at really playing the ball. He's better than Thomas Partey. People will really look at it and say, all right, this guy, Rokani, is just deluded. I'm not. This guy is good. If at all you've seen him, he is good. Even if Thomas Partey is away, Arsenal fans won't really regret for his absence here. That's it. Because Onana will almost come out and give you the attributes of Thomas Partey and even get you more onto that ball. He's really great. He scores goals, good shot on him. He has a good passing range on him. So this guy is really out of this world. And let's wait and see whether Arsenal is going to get in Onana. But they're telling Arsenal £50 million. Now, he has talked about Juventus's Weston McKennie. We've been told in the morning that the player has agreed to join Leeds, but the clubs are still negotiating Leeds and Juventus, and we've been told by certain sources that Arsenal might be making a late ride to see to it that they really go ahead and really get this player. Remember, Arsenal have been talking to the agent of McKennie, who is really playing at Juventus, and Juventus want to sell him at only 25 million euros. I believe that is a bargain for Arsenal. But to me, if at all you tell me either Weston McKennie or Onana, I go in for Onana because Onana is in the Premier League and is proven. So you can't tell me that I go in for McKennie. If Onana is available on any day, I go with Onana because it's Premier League proven. And secondly, it will help Arsenal, by the way, to secure their title and not to be really worried, because you add Onana to that midfield of Arsenal, obviously he'll help you a lot. Reason being, he's a versatile player. He can play as a central defense midfielder, he can play as a box-to-box midfielder, he can play as a central attacking midfielder. And secondly, he really increases onto the area threat of Arsenal when they're really playing corners, because Arsenal is a team that has really gone ahead to capitalize on scoring very many goals in the set pieces. I think it's one of the best teams that have really gone ahead to score goals in the set piece. Even in the game of United, though people won't really allow it, but that was a set piece. Though it was not directly for the first goal of Arsenal against Manchester United, it was a result of a set piece. Though Arsenal never brought that ball directly into the 18 yards box area of Manchester United, but they went in for a short corner or a half corner, and obviously they played that ball to Zinchenko. Odegaard released Xhaka went in for a cross on the back post, and obviously Nketiah headed it home. So it shows you how they capitalized onto that. And if at all you have Onana, that will really lead to, or that will really increase onto the area threat of Arsenal as far as set pieces are really concerned. So to me, McKennie and Onana, I go in for Onana. Premier League proven, tailor-made for the Premier League. His physique is really one of those to talk about. Now, let's talk about Cedric Soares, the 30-year-old Portuguese, 31 years old, right back for Arsenal. We've been told by Pedro Mestopelelva. He has told us that it's done. Arsenal accepted the offer from Fulham for Cedric Soares, loan with no option to buy included. Fulham will cover 100% of his wages. Contracts are being prepared and will be signed in the next hours. This guy is coming in from Portugal, and you know Cedric Soares is a Portuguese, meaning that he has contacts with the agent of Cedric Soares and was the one who broke this story before others came on to really talk about it. But when you look at Cedric Soares, it looks like it was time for him to leave Arsenal. That's it. Because has he played any game for Arsenal this season? I think in the UEFA Europa League, not so, and the Carabao Cup. But the manager doesn't trust him. I believe that unless otherwise, he doesn't want to play. But if at all he wants to play the game of football, he rather goes to Fulham, because Fulham is really a team that is really built for him to see to it that really thrives onto that right back position. Good to see to it that Arsenal is getting in some loan fee money, because as you are selling, you need to get in what we call some football money. And what is that football money? selling players or really getting players on loan. So it looks like Arsenal are really ready to see to it that they really get this guy off. Now, obviously, Charles Schwartz, a correspondent of Arsenal for the Goal, has told us that loan deal until the end of the season now imminent for Cedric. Fulham will cover his wages, no buy option. Arsenal waiting on Fresneda, but even if he signs, the expectation is he will stay in Spain for the rest of the season. So that is Charles Schwartz coming out and really letting us know about the deal of Cedric Soares, that it's really going to happen. And I'm waiting for the club statement of Arsenal to see whether it is really confirmed, but it looks like Cedric Soares is going to be a Fulham player. Arsenal really has a very good relationship with Fulham. Remember, they sold there a player known as Bernard Leno, and I think it was very easy for Marco Silva to talk to Mikel Arteta and the board of Arsenal to really get in the player called Cedric Soares on loan. But Fulham is one of the best performing teams in the Premier League amongst those three that were really promoted from the Championship, because Bournemouth, Nottingham, a little bit struggling, but Fulham, I think it's in the top 10 teams, not so? And I think they're ahead of Liverpool and Chelsea, so it shows you how good they're really playing the game of football. Now, again, this gentleman, Charles Schwartz, has told us that Cedric didn't want to leave. And he said it was a tough decision for Cedric to leave this month. He's been desperate to play, but leaving Arsenal now is a difficult call for any player, given the opportunity they have. Ultimately, his desire to play and Marco Silva's determination to sign him made his mind up. And obviously, he won't even get the medal of Arsenal, because to get a Premier League medal, you must have played 10 games. And has he even played those 10 games? Not yet. I don't even remember him playing a Premier League game. Has he played a Premier League game for Arsenal, Cedric Soares? I don't really remember him playing a Premier League game for Arsenal this season. So it shows you how tough it was, and the decision for him to make was really hard. To see to it that really makes it to a side known as Fulham, but Arsenal looks like they are really covered up in what we call that position. That is the right back position. Now, after that, he has talked about Fresneda. Fresneda looks like Arsenal are now looking at the replacement of Cedric Soares. Even if he's signed now and he stays at Real Valladolid, that won't really affect Arsenal because they're having Tomiyasu and Ben White in that position. Now, I've been told by Pusela News, he's in Real Valladolid, and I think he's a correspondent that side. He also does that Arsenal will make their first offer for Ivan Fresneda in the next few hours after finalizing Cedric Soares' exit, meaning that Cedric Soares' exit was the one delaying Arsenal to go all in for Ivan Fresneda. Ivan Fresneda, 18-year-old Spanish right back who plays for Real Valladolid. Also, he is a Spaniard and really looking great into that position. He's one of the prospective talents that we've seen play in the Premier League, in the Spanish La Liga, that teams like Borussia Dortmund were interested in him, and Arsenal are really head-to-head with Borussia Dortmund to get this player. But if you are a very good player and your agent really wishes you well, any of those teams, I think it will be okay for Fresneda, though I believe Arsenal would be the best option because they don't want to sell him in the January transfer window, because the moment they sell him in the January transfer window, a team to take him has to pay close to 40 million euros. That's his buyout clause. If at all they're selling him in the summer, it will go to 10, 15 million euros. So it shows you why Arsenal needs to buy this player and really leave him at that side. So Arsenal are preparing to make, or Arsenal will make their first offer for Fresneda as soon as possible. The deal of Cedric Soares is announced, and obviously they'll sign the player and let him be on loan until the summer to come up and really join them. Then Fabrizio Romano on the Fresneda story has told us that Ivan Fresneda is yet to make a decision on his future. Borussia Dortmund will be open to letting the player stay at Real Valladolid on loan until the end of the season, while Arsenal expected to decide the next step when Cedric Soares leaves. So it shows you that Fabrizio Romano's concern and tweet, all news, all report concerning the Fresneda is the same as the other journalists that I've previously talked about that is really in Valladolid, because they're all talking about if Arsenal sells Cedric Soares or leaves on loan, they are going in for Fresneda. That means Arsenal is going to make their offer as soon as possible because the player has been really allowed to go on loan to Fulham with no option to buy. So it confirms to you that Arsenal is in for Fresneda, and anytime from now we are going to hear that Arsenal has gone ahead to make in the first offer for Fresneda. Now, there is a story coming in from Simon Jones of the Daily Mail concerning a player, Albert Sambi Lokonga. Arsenal have rejected an approach from Monaco to sign Albert Sambi Lokonga on loan, with Mikel Arteta unwilling to part ways with another midfielder after losing Mohamed Elneny to a long-term injury. So, as I told you about the Onana deal, why Arsenal really going in for a midfielder, that Elneny is injured, and this time we've been confirmed that it's a long-time injury, so it looks like he's not going to return early enough. Yet Arsenal really having games that are really coming in thick and fast. What does that mean? If Thomas Partey gets an injury too, they're left with only Sambi Lokonga. So they also don't want to loan Sambi Lokonga to Monaco. Sambi Lokonga is one of those players that was signed from Anderlecht. 17 million pounds were really coughed to a side called Anderlecht, and he has been at Arsenal. This is his second full season. But I believe there is a good player in him, but no player looks good every time he is not played regularly. So every player, to go to the next level, he needs to play regular football. So Albert Sambi Lokonga is really going nowhere. Even if Onana comes in through, or another midfielder comes in through, he won't go anywhere because Mikel Arteta believes that he needs to be having at least two midfielders onto his bench just to eat that. If at all one gets injured, the other one can come in as a backup. So guys, thank you for watching in. Your thoughts on Arsenal's interest on signing Onana, I welcome in the comment section below. What are your thoughts about Sambi Lokonga being denied to go on loan to Monaco? Then Cedric Soares leaving to Fulham. Would you allow him go? And do you think Arsenal should go in and bid against Fresneda? And lastly, what do you think about the Arsenal fans that have been released by police in Kampala, Uganda, that were arrested on the 23rd, that was on Monday, after they really held a procession that was celebrating Arsenal's win over Manchester United. That happened in Jinja, Uganda, that is in the eastern part of the Pearl of Africa. So thank you very much for watching it through. I hand you over to the Almighty Lord. I think I've served you well today. 3 videos so far, and we are still up and running. In the next 2 hours, 3, we are coming with another story that you guys are really going to enjoy. Declan Rice to Arsenal is really cooking up. Then Federico Chiesa, Mikel Arteta making him his priority signing of the summer. What are your thoughts? In the next story or video that will be up there for you to be served onto your menu. So it's up to you to take what you want. May the Almighty bless you abundantly. Bye bye.